Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. Caleb Plant does monster numbers, depending on which report you look at or whoever your resource is. Um, Caleb Plant seemed to have did over 2 million, views for his past fight versus Caleb Truex, which Caleb Plant pitched a shutout. All three judges having them winning 120 to 108. So, at the end of the day, great victory for Caleb Plant. Some people was very impressed with his performance. Some people liked his performance. Some people was like, me myself, I saw some things I liked. I saw some things I didn't like. I said straight up, I need to see Caleb Plant in one more fight before I will be truly convinced that he could beat somebody the likes of Canelo. Like I said, it's much more to beating Canelo than just actually getting in the ring, beating him. At the end of the day, like I said before, when you fight Canelo, you already down 3 to 4 rounds when the bell rings. And the question is, with Caleb Plant, is he willing to dig deep? And it's just a lot of questions that you got to ask about Caleb Plant, where he is as a fighter, and then his markability. Now, I'll say this about Caleb Plant because it is time to ask this question about Caleb Plant. Can Caleb Plant ever become a mainstream household boxing name? Some people see him as a hype job. Some people are like, I need to see more of him. But I do see this thing where I see that, and you would think based off who he is and based off what he is, you think he would have a bigger following. It's kind of funny. You have Caleb Plant, who is from the outskirts of Nashville, Tennessee, American born, pretty much white guy, you know. But it's funny, you got Lomachenko, who's a white Eastern European fighter, Sergey Kovalov, who's a white Eastern European fighter. But they seem that even though Sergey Kovalov didn't have that big of a fan base, he seemed that had more support than Caleb Plant is getting. The question I'm asking about Caleb Plant, will he ever be truly accepted by white America? Because there is this thing with Caleb Plant where people think he's too urban and they think Caleb Plant is a wigger, whatever you want to call it. This is my interpretation of Caleb Plant. I've talked to Caleb Plant a couple of times. I've had interviews with him on camera, off camera. I was one of the very first people that interviewed Caleb Plant back in 2015 before anybody knew who he was. Now he's a champion. He has the IBF strap. And I saw some people talk about him and they've been saying the same thing that I've been saying. Now, this is what I'm gonna say about Caleb Plant. I don't think Caleb Plant is a wigger. Caleb Plant knows that he's white. He doesn't talk how he talks in interview. He don't talk a lot of slang, but he likes hip hop, but he doesn't think he's a wigger. He doesn't say the N word and all that stuff from my knowledge, because I met a boxer and he was telling me how cool Caleb Plant is. And the boxer, I ain't gonna say who he is, but he said, yeah, Caleb Plant is cool. I told Caleb Plant I wouldn't have a problem if he said the N word around me. Well, I ain't gonna say who that boxer was, but I looked at him like he was crazy. But I looked at him like he was crazy. But that was some straight slave master shit. But I ain't gonna say who the boxer is that said it. But I looked at him like he was crazy. Y'all know how I feel about white people and non-black saying that word. Fuck them. But who says that word? Who not black? But a lot of white America who's starting to look at this dude, they see him as that. as a wigger. And some white people like that stuff, some don't. A lot of them don't. You know, his wife is black, but like I said before, I don't get that wigger stuff when I talk to Caleb Plant. Unlike, fake Paul, because fake Paul has been on camera saying that N word. Now he has wigger tendencies to the max, and that's why I kind of don't like really care for him. I just don't like culture vultures. It's okay to like an art form, but at the end of the day, when you go out of your way to emulate it, you know, and try to act like that you're part of the group that created it, at the end of the day, white people should be white and black people should be black. I'm just keeping it 100. There's a difference. I don't want to hear this shit about, well, you grew up in a black neighborhood and all that type of shit. That don't mean jack shit. That's the biggest cop out. And you know that white people and coons use to try to justify wigger like tendencies. But as far as Caleb Plant go, I do think he's a talented fighter. I do think he's a talented fighter, you know, but there is a question of his markability. I remember I talked to I hollered at Goodfella TV about this, and we had a conversation over a year ago about Caleb Plant. Like, if Caleb Plant was with Top Rank versus being a PBC fighter, Bob Arum probably would have Caleb Plant in suits, or the people with Top Rank would have him in suits or something, have him looking like Ric Flair or something. But but like I said, I don't detect wigger when I talk to Caleb Plant. He don't have those wigger vibes, because he told me where he came from. He said, look, where I grew up, it wasn't the whitest neighborhood and it wasn't the blackest neighborhood. And he said, hey, I know that I'm white. He wasn't talking that yo shit to me, and what up, Holmes, and all that shit. Because like I said, when I see white people talking like that, to a certain degree, it bothers me, because it does come across as fake and pandering, and just putting too much on it. I mean, for real, and you could tell when somebody is trying too hard, and then when sometimes people talk like that, they trying to be funny. So I'm one of the people that always have my white supremacy radar on at all times. But yeah, Caleb Plant is, his popularity is growing, and you just wonder how far is it gonna go. I just really think if he was with Top Rank, they would have a marketing strategy behind him that would be just off the Richter. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you for listening. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.